We're on week 2. We got 5 sets of 10 here. We went up the weight 140. Believe it or not, we only gained 1.8 pounds over the entire weekend. So this morning, woke up to 36.1. I was after all the indulgement of fun foods, doing the 30-inch speech challenge, doing dozen cookies and dozen donuts. It was a fun time. I enjoy it. Was the aftermath rough? 100%. That was tough. And, doing the challenge both times, it was different. And the reason I said it's different because the times I did it last year, I was saying like 250, 255. So my body was more susceptible to consume that amount of food. This time being different was I was cutting my calories, or I was in deficit the entire time leading up to it. On top of it, I was at 234. So we're talking about 15 to 20 pounds difference going to the challenge. And for me to get the results that I did, I'm not going to spoil it. You can watch it for yourself if you want to. It's up on my channel. Consuming that amount at the new weight cap, I was very proud of myself. So it was fun. I had a good time over the weekend. It was a good time, trying to content myself. Like I said, aftermath, wasn't that fun? It wasn't fun for the first few hours, but afterwards I just kept moving around, kept letting the food digest. I was fine. And as you can see, after the leg workout, it just took a toll on me. Guess I really don't need these right now. Yeah, so after the pizza, I wish I would have taken the picture of my stomach. My stomach was looking hard as a rock. It looked like it was a block of cheese just sitting there. I looked like I was 3 months pregnant for sure. And my ass was poking out. And you're good, Agent. No, you good. You can walk through. What's up?
I like how there's 2 bars missing.
Oh, there's always bars missing. So, and after the dessert, it wasn't too bad, but I haven't had that amount of sugar. Besides again me having my rice and my fruit, that type of sugar, refined sugar, my body wasn't used to it. So when I was consuming that amount at one time, I definitely felt the rush for sure. And I felt the sugar high just running to my bloodstream, running to my brain. That was definitely a different feeling. But it's like I said, those challenges you see, I may do it once every month or two just to have fun. Keep it entertaining for you guys. And because it depends on what season I'm in. And, depending on the season, I may have to take a break from it because what that case looks like. And then when I'm just in the off season again, I'll do those. Because again, keep myself on because I like it for my own entertainment and my own torture. Just like everybody else has to different ways to entertain and torture themselves. But so what's next? Like you hit 234.3, you hit your low after 8 weeks. What's next? Well, holidays, Thanksgiving is this week, right? So what I did is I increased my calories back because now the goal is maintain the weight. I've been maintaining around 234 to 237, hovering right around there. And so what I'm going to do is I increase my calories back up to about 3660, having about 240 grams of protein, 245. Reason is that we dropped it because again we're not in deficit, so protein is what helps keeps us full longer. So this time I don't need that much protein. Like even though protein does help build muscle and recover, sometimes like having that much more, you don't necessarily need to. It's extra calories and use it for something else. For this case, I'm having carbs. I increased my carbs back from 375 to 500, and I'll explain in detail more why I did that. So the reason I increased my carbs back, I dropped the protein is because again, I'm trying to stay lean by putting more mass on, more tissue on. So if we look at the carbohydrates and we look at our body function, 70% of our muscles is made of water, right? And what contracts and what fills that muscle? Carbohydrates. So, and that's why carbohydrates is such an important mechanism, is because this is what supplies the energy to give you the best performance inside the gym, right? Especially pre and post. That's where the best recovery comes from, or the best performance. It's because, again, you need carbohydrates to supply that muscle, like glycogen, to be exerted and to do its job, right? That's why when you see people get pumped or when you see people like go out, it's just reasons because like those carbohydrates plus you add the water is filling the muscle. So it's expanding, right? Like you put a balloon, air in the balloon, that's what it's really doing with the muscle, it's expanding. So as you're working out, you're expanding that muscle. And so it's pumping it out through water and the carbohydrates. Simplest way to break it down for you possible. So that's why increasing carbs and having a good amount of carbs is good. So you can get that pump, but also get that lean mass look you're looking for. And it doesn't matter if you're a male or female, you can still get the same look, same tone. All right, that is it for cable rows. We are going to go to dumbbell rows, single arm. There you go. All right, so you see double rows here. Last week we did 6x4. This week we're doing 5x5. But like again, like carbs is not your enemy. Again, like the only thing that is your enemy is if you go above your caloric intake of what your body burns on a daily basis, right? So let's just say, again, okay, let's say for mindful, right? I'm at 3660 calories, right? I got 500 grams of carbs. So the only way that becomes an enemy is if I'm going, let's say, 600 grams of carbs, right? So what's that adding? That's adding another, 400 calories on top of my caloric intake, right? Because again, 1 gram of carb equals 4 calories, right? So you take an extra 100 more into it, that's an initial 400 calories. So if I keep doing that repeatedly, day in, day out, yeah, I'm going to store extra body fat. Because one, I'm not going to use that much energy expenditure. Two, with me not using it, it's going to carry over to the next day. And if I keep doing the same thing, that left over is going to keep filling up the storage, and it's going to be overflowing to the point where it's going to be stored. It has to go somewhere else, right? And it's going to store as fat. So that's the only way you can say the carbs is your enemy, is if you go above your caloric intake, above what your caloric body burns on a daily basis. And it doesn't have to be carbs. It can be fats too. You can go above your caloric intake on fats as well. So again, I'm having about 74 grams of fat. So again, if I would have to go another 20 grams of fat above while I'm consuming, yeah, those are extra calories. All those extra calories are going to do over time, it's going to store fat. And it's going to make you that pudgy, love handle fat. And you're just not going to be confident with it. So this is why it's very crucial to understand how much calories your body burns on a daily basis, so you can get an idea how much your body needs just to maintain that amount. And whether, and take it one step further, because if you want to put on mass or lose a little extra fat, then you have an idea where to go and how to do it. But if you are always winging it, and if you're always second guessing what you need to do, you can kiss the progress goodbye. Because then you're just going to keep doing what you're doing before. You keep putting your life in chaos. You keep making things complicated than it needs to be. You keep going this spiral direction of like, you do something for a short time, it's not working, on to the next. Or you give up, you do what you've been doing before, find something different, you do the same thing, try something for a short time, it doesn't work, you give up, you don't do anything for X amount of time, and you just keep repeating that cycle over and over and over. And this is why, like, yeah, maybe this shit's not working because you're not sticking to the plan, or you don't have a plan. Most of it comes down, you don't actually have a plan to guide yourself to the direction you need to go. So that's what it just comes down to. You, no, you're good, guy. You're good. You go on.
You're watching Lane. Oh yeah. Hey, great. Takes that well, there's a big of a downhill section.
Like, if you don't have a plan, you might as well not attempt to try. Do what you're doing, right? Yeah. That's why these fad diets, these ketos, paleo, whole 30, AMF fasting, all these things, they give you a short-term plan, but not long-term sustainability plan, right? So you just gotta be based off what you're looking for. You're always gonna keep chasing the short-term results. I mean, at the end, you're just gonna be stuck. You'll be wondering why it's not working. You're wondering why that when you look in the mirror, you still look like shit. You'll be wondering why, like, you're not confident. Is that reason? Based off, if you were to find a long-term sustainable plan, that fits your lifestyle, fits your needs, and that's something you enjoy, then you're gonna be looking in the mirror, you're gonna be looking great, you're gonna be having more confidence, and you're gonna be thriving in life. You're gonna be so ecstatic that you wake up every single day in the morning, can't wait to do that shit again, over and over and over. So the difference is like, these plans, like, the guys I was talking about earlier, they teach you a short-term solution, but then what do you do afterwards, right? Nothing. They don't teach you that. So what you go back to your old habits, and that's where all the weight comes back, or even worse, more than that. So they don't teach you what to do afterwards. And that's where the issue comes. Because again, it's not long-term sustainability. It's not sustainable for you to keep doing what you need to be doing. So it's like, so how do you find it? Well, if you've been following me since I started this, you gotta have a plan. You gotta have a plan when it comes to your workout. You gotta have a plan when it comes to your nutrition. And you also gotta have a plan on your mindset. Because the reason why mindset is such a big deal is because you gotta shift those beliefs. You gotta flip whatever you were ingrained before to knock that shit out and to reinstall new beliefs that's gonna help you pursue and help you acquire a desired outcome. If you don't change that mindset and if you don't change those beliefs, those negative beliefs is what's going to keep you stuck over and over. Because this is going to keep you in a repetitive cycle where you're going to fall back on those beliefs. And at that point, you're not going to get far in life because you're stuck on those beliefs that's been holding you back for the entire time. As opposed, you will let go of those beliefs, learn new ones that's going to get you to where you need to be. Then that's where you can be unstuck. And that's where you can be, again, gaining that confidence, going to be having more energy because you're finding shit that's working in your favor, not against you. All right, we're on to Nutri-Grit lat pull downs. Last week we did 4x12. Today we're doing 4x10. But yeah, going back to what I was saying over there, if you don't have a plan, you're not going to succeed. And it sounds cliche, but if you plan to fail, you fail to plan, right? I mean, it goes true to everything. I mean, take a look at the, for your work, right? If you work in a corporation where you got projects or you got deadlines, you got to plan around those deadlines to make a good project, right? Or to make it successful for that company, right? So the same thing. Look at yourself as a project, but look at yourself as a deadline too. And whatever that deadline is for your goal, do that as a project. And if you don't succeed that deadline, if you don't achieve what you're looking to by that deadline, it's okay. Like you gotta put that, you gotta grain that into your head that it's okay to fail. You just learn why you fail, and so the next time you make a deadline, you can tweak it, master it, and so you can speed up the process, moving into the next deadline. So when you fail, don't be discouraged. Use your failure as a motivation to get you to the next deadline. So I couldn't tell you how many times I failed throughout my journey. But at the end, like, how many times I failed, it's gotten me to the position I am today. Because it goes back to, the adversities and setbacks too. Like, if you don't let your setbacks decide your journey, you lost already. Because you let those emotions get in front of you, and you just let that response take over control of your life or your journey. As opposed to, like, yeah, setbacks are going to happen, but if you be more reasonable, logical behind a setback, now again, it might not be as a fast process as you like to be, but if you can keep that ball slowly rolling, keep the momentum going, you're still going to get there. And then when that setback is gone, then you can just pick up the tempo, the speed, back up again. So that's how you just got to look at it and view things differently. Find things it makes it simple for you, not complicated. And, you know, with everything being said, don't compare yourself to other people's journey. Are you comparing yourself to me, someone you see on Instagram? You're losing too. I mean, just because they have, and you can't believe everything that's on Instagram either. I mean, you can't believe everything. So keep doing you, keep doing what you know that's best for you, and you know what you need to do, and just keep showing up for yourself day in, day out. Be consistent. Because again, if you try and compare to any other people, you're losing. And again, you comparing your chapter 1 to someone else's chapter 10 in a fitness journey. So because you see them have a physique, you see them have a body that you like, or you see them rocking that outfit that you still happen to want to wear too, you can't compare yourself because again, their chapter is way different than yours. So at the end, do what you need to do what's best for you, and just stick to it. Keep showing up, be consistent, and that time will come where that desired outcome you're seeking, you're salivating, is going to happen. All right, that's it for pull downs. Onto support rows. All right, it's just support T-bar row, 3x12. We did 3x12 again last week too. Last week the weight was a little bit heavier. We'll see how this week goes. Let's get my lats are feeling the fatigue for sure. But yeah, just stick to it. It's really like, with all these diets or all these different methods you tried before, stick to it. And again, you put all these excuses onto everything else but yourself, right? You're telling yourself the gym's not working. You're telling yourself the nutrition's not working. You tell them the entire program's not working. You're telling that it's someone else's fault. But at the end, it's just your fault. It's your own mistakes. Until that day you own up to your mistakes is the day that changes everything. It's the day that you start seeing those results and you start conquering what you're destined to be. Shit. As like I said, next week we do pump recover, pump reveal. Yeah. Again, it's gonna be every 3 weeks. We do so. See how the physique is, see how the pump's looking, see what areas we need to improve on. We keep going from there. As a real, again, simplistic. So, don't need to be complicated. Oh, freaking, as I was putting the 140s back, freaking pinch my skin in between metal plates. I've got one more set here. I'm feeling it right here. Yeah, my last pump. Oh, shit. Hi, y'all. That's it for T-bar row or dumbbell refloat. Dumbbell root out fly. All right, dumbbell root out fly. 4x25 here. Again, we're just burning the shit out of these. Out of this muscle. So, that was gonna be crazy. Pump as much blood as we can. Again, the readouts are already pretty exhaust through cable row, dumbbell row, single arm, chest supported. So they're already pretty exhausted. So towards the end, we're just fucking pump as much blood into a specific area. Again, because we're trying to grow the back, but also try to grow the fucking shoulders too. So let's go. You good? What's up? Oh, okay. Oh, it was good. Yeah, it was a fun time. Yeah. Yeah, that was a good time. Only gained like 1.8 pounds over the weekend, so that was good. Definitely different than what I've been used to do because I was like 20 pounds heavier doing so, 15, 20 versus like this new weight cap. So for me to still perform the way I did, that was cool. Things that like I had half the pizza done within like 20 minutes. I know. Right. Thanks. Yeah. So this is like my stomach capacity just wasn't there just because I was cutting for, a good 8 weeks. And then again, me being at this weight cap, my body's just metabolically is not used to.
What if you started like belting and then do the pizza challenge with that?
It might be assisted differently because my body's been used to eating more calories. My metabolic would then increase a lot more and things like that. So going into the pizza, my metabolic slowed down a little bit too. So that does play a factor too. But no science behind it or anything like that. That's just my thought process. So like, exactly, go in. So fuck it, we'll see what happens next year if they say. So I'll see you, man. See you Wednesday, 7 o'clock. All right, brother. Oh, yeah, they're pumping up. They're pumping up. Whew. I'm so hungry. That's what I'm really thinking about right now. Just getting some food. The only meal I had was 4 whole eggs, 3.5 ounces of ground beef, 6 ounces of rice. So I kind of switched on my meal plan too a little bit. Because again, last time I go on the cut, I spaced out where I stay full through the rest of the day. This time, I'm trying to utilize the amount of carbs I need going pre and post workout. And again, I don't need that much protein. So just trying to find ways to ingest more carbs, supply it that I need to. Oh, fuck. God damn. Ooh. Oh my God. Here does the pumps. We got one more set here, and that'll be it. I'll be a wrap. That's all she wrote. Got next about 50 seconds. Now with these two, you don't necessarily have to wait 90 seconds. You can always play around how to go about this, towards the end. You get like a accessory move, like the root delts. That's like 15, 25 reps. And, you can go lighter. You can, again, play around. You can go lighter, go 60 seconds in between, go do it again. Build yourself. You can progress that way. Again, I'm doing 9 seconds, but you don't have to do 90 seconds to go right into it. But you can go lighter to, again, keep pouring more blood flow, getting different different ways to progress and build. All right, guys. There you have it. Back workout complete. Week 2. That was a good pump. Tomorrow, we got legs. I'll see you then.